Why do we buy brands? Ever wonder why we're willing to pay extra for products with big brand names or the personal brand of a well-known individual? Why do we attribute more value on something just because it carries the distinctive mark of a brand? Would you buy a phone or a TV with no logo? Why we lean towards, and often pay more, for products that carry a well-known brand? Why big brands win the popularity contest? Not what, but who. As most dangers in nature come from other beings, evolution has programmed us to pay more attention to them than to objects. If someone shares gossip, our immediate reaction is to ask, "Who said that? Where did you hear that?" Capitalizing on this evolutionary trait, brands create products that are more than just objects. They have the characteristics of entities. For example, an energy drink that symbolizes strength with the bull in its logo, creating a connection with the feeling of energy and adrenaline. Another example is a famous whiskey, which doesn't just promote a beverage but a lifestyle, steeped in a long history and tradition. Its association with authenticity and craftsmanship makes it more than a simple alcoholic drink, establishing an emotional connection with the consumer. Trust in the towering giants. Brands aiming for enduring connections prioritize trust, encouraging you to embrace their upcoming products. When a brand has a long-standing presence, it establishes a reputation for dependability. But is this trust well-founded, or are we giving industry giants a pass? Let's navigate the fine line between trust and blind allegiance. Consumer loyalty often stems from positive past encounters, creating comfort and coaxing individuals to stay devoted. Brands maintain uniformity for those who prefer the familiar, offering a comfortable, anticipated experience. Exploring the role of familiarity, they capitalize on the human trait of being creatures of habit. Are we choosing these brands out of affection, or is it a reflex seeking familiarity? The illusion of quality. Certification adds a veneer of trust to products, perpetuating the misconception that well-known brands equate to superior quality. While there's some truth to this notion, considering the trust these brands aim to instill, it's imperative to unveil a corporate paradox. Behind the facade of quality assurance lies a primary corporate objective: cost reduction. This pursuit often leads to compromises in product quality, as the focus shifts to slashing production expenses. Enter the paradox of renowned brands. Companies that pride themselves on selling quality may invest minimally in actual quality improvement. The allure of reducing production costs takes precedence over enhancing the product's intrinsic value. Take the example of a popular hardware equipment, brands that, despite their acclaim, have left consumers disillusioned at times. Or consider a scenario where a company manufactures a $3,000 suit, a product destined to sell solely due to celebrity endorsements. This raises a critical question. What serves the company's interests better, investing in genuine quality improvement or seeking cheaper production methods? In this light, the consumer's trust becomes a fragile commodity, vulnerable to the corporate balancing act between image and substance. Paying for support. Paying a premium for certain products isn't just about the item itself, but the expectation of stellar after-sales service. This strategy is evident in successful industries like aviation, insurance, and construction. Take airlines, where the extra cost for a ticket isn't just for the flight, it's a bet on reliable post-flight assistance if needed. Similarly, in insurance, higher premiums signal an expectation of steadfast support in times of need. Renowned construction companies secure loyalty not just through product quality, but robust post-purchase assistance, turning the extra cost into an investment in continued customer partnership. In essence, paying more is not just a transaction, it's an anticipation of ongoing, reliable support. The success of these companies lies in the enduring relationships they build with customers. The herd mentality. Ever wondered why sheep stick together without scattering? The answer lies in the evolution of their instinct, driven by the powerful herd mentality. Their evolutionary advantage comes from the paralyzing fear they feel when separated from the group. Sheep that ventured to be brave and independent often became prey before passing on their reactive genes. Humans share a parallel instinct when it comes to the sense of appearance and belonging. Our behaviors are influenced by the feeling of social safety and recognition achieved through the products we consume. In a society that emphasizes conformity, how can someone criticize my fashion choices when we all dress the same? Our instincts push us to seek acceptance through conformity, and brands capitalize on this shared human trait, creating trends and influencing our choices. Conforming through brands. Many consumers choose certain brands as a way to express their identity or social status. Owning products from specific brands becomes a symbol of success, style, or belonging to a particular social group. The advertising strategies employed by brands often focus not only on the quality of the product, but also on how it aligns with the consumer's identity. For instance, a sports car advertisements don't just highlight the car's performance, they emphasize how it suits the lifestyle of successful individuals. On the other hand, ads for shampoos, deodorants, cosmetics, and various other products often showcase models, attempting to persuade consumers to emulate a particular image. Essentially, consumers pay not only for the product but also for the image they aspire to embody, a premium that comes at a significant cost. In this symphony of consumer influence, big brands wield the power of celebrities and influencers, strategically collaborating to resonate through social circles, shaping our choices and firmly establishing themselves as paramount in our shopping decisions. Some people buy brands as a way to express their identity or status. Owning products from certain brands can be seen as a symbol of success, style, or belonging to a particular social group. Social narrative. Effective marketing strategies often weave a compelling social narrative, associating brands with higher societal missions such as environmental conservation, anti-racism, or LGBTQ+ advocacy. While some companies genuinely contribute to social causes, many merely allocate token funds to social responsibility, overshadowed by lavish advertising budgets. Devices marketed as green, manufactured using non-renewable energy, environmental campaigns by major polluters, and apparel brands denouncing racism, while exploiting cheap labor in controversial facilities raise questions about the sincerity of their social consciousness. Brands projecting ethical images sometimes contradict their values, as exemplified by large companies' discriminatory workplace practices or the massive environmental impact of their extensive operations. In the realm of social narratives, it's crucial to scrutinize whether a brand's actions align with its proclaimed principles. Ecosystem entrapment. Companies strategically construct interconnected systems to steer consumers towards exclusive product usage. A prime example involves products seamlessly working together but necessitating proprietary chargers, headphones, and adapters. To fully embrace the ecosystem, users often find themselves owning a laptop, tablet, smartwatch, and any other gadgets the company releases, while repairing a malfunctioning device usually involves payment to the company's service centers. This approach isn't novel, it's a long-standing strategy. For instance, camera manufacturers design lenses compatible only with their own camera models, limiting consumers to their brand. Comparable tactics are employed by power tool companies, urging users to stick with the same brand for compatibility. Before you know it, you might be toasting your bread with a toaster from a power tool brand. Companies utilize such strategies to foster dependence, ensuring ongoing allegiance to their exclusive product line. Scarcity seduction. Humans perceive rarity as a marker of elevated worth, a sentiment cleverly exploited by various companies. Deliberately limiting product quantities, these companies manipulate our instinct, creating an illusion of exclusivity. Many consumers believe that by paying a kidney's worth for a coveted item, they join the exclusive circle of the select few, flexing their possessions such as high-end motorcycles or car brands, Gucci bags, and Rolex watches. They assume these acquisitions convey success to their peers, showcasing their uniqueness in the process. Finally, the illusion of choice. The illusion of choice, cleverly orchestrated by a few industry giants, deceives consumers into believing they have a plethora of options. Although store shelves may showcase numerous brands, the reality is that a handful of powerful corporations dominate the market. This strategic control compromises true freedom of choice, steering consumers back to the arms of these major players. The aid of variety masks the underlying consolidation of influence, leaving consumers unwittingly bound to a limited selection dictated by a select few. It's a subtle manipulation that raises questions about the authenticity of our choices in the marketplace, highlighting the need for a closer examination of the dynamics at play in the business landscape. These are the primary reasons that guide our brand choices, ranging from rational considerations to emotional connections. The next time someone attempts to sway you towards a purchase based on a brand, consider that more often than not, they are indebted to the brand's influence rather than being genuinely successful. In this intricate world of consumerism, let's remain mindful of the complex forces at play and make conscious choices. Are we truly making decisions, or are choices being orchestrated for us by the giants conducting this symphony of branding manipulation?